Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we went from having this BR1 block world to this. We have a fully operational mob farm, bamboo farm, a wheat and carrot farm, and also an operational villager hall equipped with also a storage facility, aka our house. So in today's video we will be going to the end, beating the Ender Dragon with a full set of diamond armor with protection 4, mending, and unbreaking armor. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get right to it. So I come back into the world and I look at where I needed to begin. And of course I said hello to my animals to see how they're doing and everything. And the first thing I did was hit that one block to progress further. And after knocking out a few extra more blocks, 2 zombies spawn, and I handled this pretty cleverly. I didn't almost die or anything. Nope, not at all. Full health. So after that fiasco, I decided to break the block a few extra times, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I need better tools. So I saw the iron that I had, decided to start cooking up some more, decided to put my stuff away and go collect some more wood. So finally, after I collected all that wood, I decided to make my very first iron pickaxe, and then I decided to make myself shield too as well, and a shovel too as well. So now I feel extra prepared to take on the next phases. Oh, I made some torches too as well, just to be on the safe side, of course. And so finally, after hitting this block, I finally get a chest, and it has the first spruce sapling. Spruce, I love the way it looks, and I want to use it for all my builds. So I decided to put that away in my chest along with some other stuff. Decided to also cook up some more iron. And all of a sudden the spider comes and I give him the old 1-2. And he's down. Awesome. And after hitting the block some more, a creeper decided to join the party. And I hit him once and then he immediately blew it up. I really hope creepers do not make a ruckus out of my 1 block world. That'll just be a real pain to clean up. And so finally, after hitting the block, I got the very last spruce sapling that I need so I can make a mega spruce tree. So I decided to collect some more wood, turn them into slabs, and extend my platform out so that I can build my wonderful spruce trees. So right after I was done extending the platform, I decided to also extend out my farm. I'm going to be building a carrot farm here soon, so I just got to get the outline set for it. So then I got 2 areas set up for 2 mega spruce trees right after. So then after 10 minutes of hitting the block, I finally reached the end of the underground phase. And I finally reached the icy tundra. So finally, after hitting the block enough times, a dog came to my world and I thought he was going to attack me because he had those red eyes like I did something wrong to him. But we were cool, you know, we chilled here for a little bit. But then I decided to move my items because I wanted to make a protective barrier around here because I don't trust all the mobs that are probably going to spawn in this phase. After finally moving all the stuff, I decided to set up a barrier. So I'm going to make a little montage for you guys quickly. Let me know how you like it. And it is a good thing that I set up this barrier, because after a few seconds of hitting the block, a skeleton just spawns out of nowhere. Of course, I mean, the dog was taking care of it, no problem. I mean, I just smacked him one time and, you know, he was down. Thank you, doggy. Appreciate it. So I decided to grab the bone from my chest, made it into bone meal, and grew my very first super spruce tree. I'm gonna have a blast making a lot of projects with this wood. So finally, I gave it some thought and I decided to start chopping down the tree so that way I can get enough wood to start building my house. Montage time. So after all that wood chopping, I got a stack and 21 of spruce logs. That is a lot. And I still don't have enough to make my house. And so finally, after 20 minutes of waiting, the second set of spruce saplings that I put down from my chest decided to grow. So of course I'm gonna go chop it down because I need more wood for my house. So then, from that wood chopping, I got a stack and one. Still don't have enough. But there is a plus side to this, because I got enough saplings to replant both platforms. I'll still call that a win, but I still don't have enough wood. So then I just decided to collect some oak logs, turn them into slabs, and start building a foundation because this is going to be a big storage area with also my bed in it as well. So here we go. Alright, so I did end up finishing the house with all of the chests in it for all the storage that we're gonna have soon. I did end up just constantly breaking the block. I didn't really extend any platform or anything, so I am going to skip ahead to about halfway into the ocean phase, as I did end up reaching the ocean phase, but nothing really interesting happened to where I did almost die, so I'm gonna skip ahead to you right there for you guys. Okay, sorry about that. So I did reach the ocean phase. I got a lot of sand and prismarine blocks, and I end up dealing with this Elder Guardian here. And if you're wondering why there's a big gaping hole in the back, that's so they can fall to their death and I don't have to hurt myself with their thorns. Absolutely ridiculous that they have thorns and they hurt a lot, and I get mining fatigue right after I'm trying to figure out how to get him out of here without hitting him, which they do a lot of damage. So, oh, and I also got a trident from a drown that I knocked off with no durability almost. So that's also a plus. So that's awesome. Not sure all I'm going to use it for, but awesome. And so finally, after another 30 minutes, I finally reached the end of the ocean phase. That was a pain to deal with all those Elder Guardians and everything, but at the end of the day, I ended up with about 3 tridents. Again, not sure what I'm going to do with all of them, but they're nice to have for throwing off the edge, I guess. And so finally, I reached the jungle phase. And so before I continue hitting the block, I decided to repair the barrier just in case. And I also decided to grab whatever iron I had to make a full set of iron gear, along with 2 extra iron pickaxes and an iron axe, just to be on the safe side. And after hitting the block, 2 parrots decided to join in. Don't worry, I did end up taming them. But after hitting this block enough times, they did get a chest with some bone meal, but also 2 Vexes decided to try and mess me up. But thank God they did not have any iron swords with sharpness on them. They just hit me with the bare fist. They did like a heart of damage, but still, like, Vex are just annoying. They're just fly around and just try and smack you. But obviously I smacked back because they're no longer here. But still, comment down if you hate Vex. They're a pain. And after dealing with those Vexes, a panda spawned after I was hitting the block enough times. And he was nice enough to drop me a thing of bamboo. How about that? After getting that bamboo, I decided to make a bamboo farm. So that way I can turn bamboo into sticks, so that way I can use that instead of wood as a better option for getting sticks. I can trade with villagers. And there we go, the very first step in getting a massive bamboo farm. And something caught my eye when I was putting my stuff back, and would you look at that? Another creeper. Oh boy, I do not like creepers at all. I did manage to take him down without having anything explode. Thank the Lord, it would have been a real pain to fix all this carrot farm and then the block and everything. He did mess up 1 or 2 carrots, but easy fix than having everything explode on you. After hitting the block again, a monster party spawned. There was 2 Vexes, 2 spiders, 2 witches. The Vexes were no big deal because again, no iron swords, easy. It's just the witch and the spiders that get you. As they throw poison at you, you get weakened by it, then the spiders just gang up on you. It's a menace. It really is a menace. And after dealing with that last spider, I went to hitting the blocks more to get more materials and whatnot. And then 2 more Vexes? Really? I just dealt with the monster party and then you're just going to give me 2 more Vexes? Unreal. After dealing with those 2 Vexes, would you look at that? I told you I would get myself a parrot friend. Let's go. I got myself 2 parrot friends and decided to take some photo shots with them, as they know how to strike a pose. So I took a break from the 1 block, decided to start collecting some trees, turning them into slabs. I also cut down my mega spruce tree because I will also be needing that wood, as I'm finally going to make the villager hall, my biggest project yet. And this is how big it's gonna be. So let's do a quick little montage and I will show you how it is after it's complete. And the final touches, and there you go. This is how big my villager hall is going to be. This is gonna be my greatest project yet, as I've never really built a villager hall as big as this before, so this is gonna be a fun time. And I don't understand this, so I was wondering if you guys can help me out. I put a lot of light source in there, and yet there's like 3 zombies, there's like spiders that are clumped up in the corner, and there's like 4 creepers in there. Like, I'm sorry, was that like not lit up enough? And then a baby zombie just like comes out of my house that's completely lit up. Like, did I do something wrong? Or is this just playing games on me? And so finally, after dealing with that last spider, like, you see how lit up this area is? Like, I had to sit here and like spam torches everywhere just to let the mob stop spawning. But like, is this like not lit up enough? And I finally get the chest that has everything I need, especially with 2 fresh diamonds. And I finally reached the end of the jungle phase. So after 30 minutes of tending to both farms, the animal, wheat, and carrot farm, and after organizing all the blocks that I've gotten from the ocean phase, decided to hit the next phase, which I believe is the red desert phase. Oh, and for some reason I decided to use whatever diamonds that I had and make myself a diamond picks. Not sure why I did this, but I did. And there it is in full glory, a diamond pickaxe. And I went back to hit the block and oh, look at that, I get a diamond and I get 2 more emeralds. Let's go. And some lapis, alright. And finally, after hitting the block enough times, I get my very first villager named Emma. And Emma is going to be my very first Fletcher. So I gave her a look at the table, and would you look at that, she gave me the perfect trades. Sticks for emeralds and emeralds for arrows. Perfect. And finally, after 30 minutes of breaking the block, I finally get my second villager, And this time, her name is Nancy. Interesting. But I'm going to be using these two to make more villagers to get a lot of trades going. So I went to go get some carrots and then give the carrots to the villagers so they can start making some children. And finally, after giving them enough carrots, they started doing what needed to be done. Getting more villagers to make more Fletchers, librarians, armorers, stonemasons, whatever. Here we go. Don't look at me like that. What are you looking at? After hitting the block some more, some zombies decided to try and get me, but thank God to this barrier. Easy clap. Easy clap. And after hitting the block some more, I get a chest with some acacia saplings, some bones, some sugar, and another trident. What am I going to use these tridents for? I have 4 of them now. But all of a sudden, I'm supposed to do something with them? But I get this out of the red desert phase instead of an ocean. That is mind-boggling. And just after hitting a few more blocks, I get the final chest with some emeralds, some cobwebs, some bottles of enchanting, and this puts an end to the red desert phase, and I finally reach the nether phase. This is gonna be a little tricky because I know the nether has a bunch of mobs that spread fire, such as blazes, so hopefully everything will hold together. After hitting a few extra blocks, some piglins decided to hit me, but like I said, thank God of this barrier, they did not get anywhere near me. It pays to be prepared. After hitting just one more block, would you look at that? Ancient debris. Nice. And to follow that, obsidian. Now I just need 14 more, and we can make another portal along with an enchantment setup. Let's get to grinding. And after hitting the block some more, my very first blaze in the world. Oh, and he shot some fireballs at me, and nothing caught on fire. Nice. And I also get the very first blaze powder I need to make a brewing stand, so I can get a cleric too as well. Let's go. And after 10 minutes of non-stop just hitting the block to see what I can get, I get a chest with 2 extra blaze powders. That is awesome, because now I can use that to fuel the brewing stand, so that way I don't have to wait on obsidian and go to the nether and farm some blazes. And I can already start making some potions of weakness just in case I want to do some zombie curing for better trades. And I'm not too sure how lucky I'm getting all of a sudden, but I get this chest with the wither skeleton skull and 2 more blaze powders. I don't even need to go to the nether anymore, as I'm just getting blaze powders like there's no big deal. Like, this saves me so much time. But the fun does not stop there, because after that a monster party spawned, and you might want to cover your ears for this because 2 ghasts are going to come in and blow out your ears. Absolutely ridiculous, and I am sorry for that. These ghasts are annoying, and a blaze just shoots me out of like the ghast's mouth. Like, that was weird, but cool. Weird, but cool. And finally, after hitting the block enough times, I get another ghast blowing out my ear, so I decided to smack him, and then I get this achievement I've never seen before. Uneasy Alliance. Apparently, if you bring a ghast out of the nether into the overworld and kill him, you get this. I never knew that. Cool. And so finally, after all of that grinding, I finally have myself a built nether portal. Again, I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing when it comes to the nether. I have everything I need, really. So, but I mean, I'm just gonna go in there and check to see what the spawn is. If I get a fortress, woohoo. But I mean, if I get a nether waste, I can just basically go in here to farm for some golds and whatnot. But let's see. So I decided to go through the nether portal, and it brings me to a nether waste with some soul sand in it. I mean, I can definitely deal with this, as it has plenty of areas where some gold can be. If I can get silk touch from a villager, every block is basically a solid ore, so that'd be pretty good for making some golden apples and whatnot. So overall, not a bad spawn. So before I went back, I decided to grab the four corners of the nether portal so I can just use this to make myself an enchantment setup. And so I'm back from the nether, and here I go making my enchantment setup. Let's go. And so after making that, I decided to make a lectern, grab some emeralds just in case if I get a good trade, but I just wanted to get a trade so I can get some bookshelves to make more books for more lecterns, basically. So nothing really much to do with that. So I was just taking a break from the one block, and I just see a baby villager just like running around. How did you get out of your house? It's blocked off, but then I realized I can just sneak right past through the fences. So now I gotta get him back in there, so that way they're protected from all the monsters, maybe. I did reach the end of the nether phase, and now I'm in the Isly phase. I believe it's a weird name because it has a bunch of like random blocks and everything, because right here I get quartz, emeralds, honey blocks. It's just a weird phase. Hopefully I get something better than just all this stuff. So after hitting the block enough times, I get a chest, but also some bees just like sting me, or at least they try to. And I'm like, why are there angry bees in this phase? Like, they give you poison, but like, why? Who wants to kill bees? Not me. So I'm taking a break from the one block and decided to go to the nether for some exploring, just to see if there's any other fortresses nearby me, any bastions, any more gold anywhere else. So here we go. So finally, after exploring enough, I hit a crimson forest, and oh no, yeah, there's a bunch of piglins, a bunch of hoglins. They got me half health, but I guess they were still following me because they got me down really low. Like, just look how low one guy got me down. One heart I survived on. One heart. At that point, I just gave up on the nether. So I'll be leaving the nether now. So, after the fiasco in the nether, I get my very first iron golem. And you know what that means? Time to build the iron farm. So I'm gonna go set up a foundation of where the iron farm is gonna go. So this is where it's gonna be. So I decided to go make 3 new beds so I can get 3 villagers over here so that I can begin getting some unlimited iron. So before I get the villagers in here, I'm just gonna set everything up. So I'll do a quick montage right here too as well. And there it is, and it's already starting to work as it needs to be. Let's go. So after building that iron farm, I decided to grab myself a boat, grab the very first Fletcher that I've gotten, and start getting some better trades by turning her into a zombie villager and then curing her right after. Just gotta make sure I don't let any of these kids out because they're just trying to get through. There's 4 of them. Jesus. They've been busy. So after taking all the light source out over where my farms are at, I finally get a zombie. And I immediately brought him right to my villager. Let's just say I cured him. There's one time. And here is the second time. And here's number 3. And number 4, the final one to get the best trades out of this Fletcher. So after waiting for that villager to finally cure, I decided to extend out this area so I can get some more trees going. And so after extending it, planting some saplings, some spruce saplings, it grew almost immediately, so I went to go chopping it down because I'm going to need this wood to make my mob grinder. So I extended out the platform some more and started planting some acacia saplings. Now, I don't like acacia that much, so I'm probably just going to use some of the wood that I get from here and probably just use it in the mob grinder, but probably for like trapdoors or something like that. So after 30 minutes of grinding, I got my armorer to sell me diamond armor with some pretty okay leggings. Protection 2, unbreaking 2, perfect. So after waiting to get my villager up running, I decided, oh, there's an iron golem. I wonder if I can throw him in here so he can get rid of some of these mobs for me so I don't have to. So I did end up getting him in there. It just took a little bit to get him in there. So finally, after a few more hours of grinding, I finally got my armor to sell me the rest of the diamond armor set. So now I am in full diamond armor. Perfect. I also was able to make a level 30 enchantments for my enchantment table. I don't think I ended up using this anymore after just making it, because I had villagers that had pretty good trades, trading me some really good books. So it's unfortunate to say I never used it, but I guess it's just for aesthetics. So after that, I decided to make more lecterns, and I get a Unbreaking 3 librarian. That is pretty good overall, first try. So I got that Unbreaking 3 book. Let's go. And finally, after 30-minute grind, I reached the Desolate phase. So after hitting the block a few times, I didn't realize how dangerous this phase is going to be, because I ended up hitting it and then like 2 creepers spawned, and of course I handled that perfectly well. But then after enough hits, a cave spider decided to spawn, and they deal poisonous damage. And at that point I was just like, I'm just gonna throw in another iron golem in here so he can take the hit so I don't have to. So after putting my iron golem buddy friend in there, a supercharged creeper came from the block, and these things are dangerous. He can literally blow up my entire barrier and everything underneath it if he explodes. Crisis averted. And after hitting a few more extra times, my first evoker spawned, and he immediately started summoning like 5 Vexes, and they have swords this time, and they just do way too much damage. Luckily, I had the iron golem in front in there, so I think he kind of took care of all of them, because I haven't seen any more since, and I just keep seeing them die as they phase through the barrier. And then as soon as I got back, I see it right there, a Totem of Undying. My very first one. Let's go. So I guess I didn't see it because I was just running away from my life because of all the Vexes. There was actually 2 evokers. I guess I never realized why I had 2 Totems of Undying. I guess I just saw the one. I was like, oh, Totem of Undying. Awesome. Very first one. Yeah, no. So there was 2 evokers in there. So I guess that explains why so many Vexes were spawning like crazy. After finally hitting this block enough times, I reached a chest that had a few lapis, a bunch of gunpowder, and some bottom enchantments. And without realizing it, it was the final chest, and I'm finally on the last phase, the end. But I decided to take a little bit break from the one block, and I needed to get my villagers up and running. So I started doing some stick trades. rolling some new librarians, and let me tell you, this librarian hooked me up with a fresh mending book. That is awesome. And then I rolled another librarian. Give me protection 2. Awesome. And then I decided to roll another one. He gave me fire aspect 2. Perfect. But the villagers decided they didn't want to trade anymore because apparently it's getting too dark for them to do anything. So they decided to go to sleep. So then I just decided to knock out this end phase as quickly as possible so I can reach the Ender Dragon as quick as possible. But finally, after hitting it, the screen just like goes dark and I'm like, what the heck is going on? But as it cleared, there it is, the end portal frame. After finally reaching the end portal, I decided to do some more librarian rolling, and I finally get Feather Falling 1. Okay, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal for one emerald. I can work with that. And then I get Feather Falling 4 after. At this point, I just decided to go chop down some trees and begin working on my next project. Finally, after chopping down multiple trees, I finally have enough materials to make a mob grinder. Now, I need the mob grinder, obviously, for experience, as I need a lot of experience to put all these books together. So, and also I need bones, rotten flesh, spider eyes, cobwebs. I need it all. So I'm going to put together a quick little montage for you guys. Here we go. Don't worry, I did put in the water buckets. I did also remove all the light sources. So as you can see, this is functioning perfectly. Now, I've only built these things like once or twice maybe, but I say it's pretty successful. I mean, I'm getting a lot of bones, a lot of good bows, a lot of rotten flesh I can use for emeralds and gunpowder. So I call this a success with a mob farm in my one block world. I'm very happy. But there's a little issue. After grinding for hours, this is what happened. Oh yeah, it just exploded. Yep, like 2 creepers just exploded, and now mobs are just like running amok on my floor. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna deal with this and fix the mob farm. This is gonna be a challenge. Yup, and guess what? Another creeper. And you wanna guess what he did? He blew up it again. Yep. At this point, I'm just mind blown on how I'm gonna fix this, because creepers just keep blowing up and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse from here. Oh, just wait, it gets even better than this. Yup, I just died from a creeper and used my first totem. I have no words of what just happened here. And yes, I'm attempting to fix this while all the mobs are dropping to their death. Easy fix, right? Well, you would assume it's an easy fix. But I just made one of the worst plays I have ever made while I was playing Minecraft. Like, just look at the footage right now, and you're gonna wonder why. Just look at it.
No.
Yep, I just fell to my death. Very first death in the world, too. So, not very thrilled of it, 'cause I just lost all that good stuff. I lost a good bow that I had, a good sword, an okay set of armor piece. But I mean, in the long run, I still had all this in here. So, I mean, I'm not really too worried about it. But still, that, my death, really? Out of all things, just hopping off. Doesn't get any better than that. So, after all that, I finally was able to fix the mob farm after dying one more extra time. Just wanted to point that out there. I died one more time, so not really thrilled about that either as well. But it's finally working, you know, besides seeing that one little stump that I forgot to get rid of. So now I gotta get rid of all these mobs without letting another creeper blow up. Well, I did not think this through at all. So I finally decided to work on the villagers for a little bit and get this all organized so they're not all over the place. So I'm going to do a quick little montage for it, all of you. So and so here we are. This is how it looks as of right now. It's not too bad. It's pretty basic. I mean, it gets the job done. So lots of end rolls. Let's just give it like that. And so finally, after hours and hours of re-rolling for librarians, hitting the mob farm, everything, I finally have full protection 4, mending unbreaking 3 diamond armor. Whew, it took too long. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I have a pretty good bow too, so anyway, now we just need a better sword and we can face the Ender Dragon now. So after more hours of grinding for experience, putting enchantment books together to get all of my enchantments into one book so that way I can just put it on the sword right then and there. Easy, right? So I don't know, for some reason I messed up somewhere, but when I went to go put on the book, it's too expensive. How is it too expensive? Like I'm just baffled by it. So then I'm just looking. It says mending, unbreaking, fire spec, sweeping edge, sharpness, and looting. That's the normal enchants, but how is it too expensive? So at this point, I just used a sharpness 5 diamond sword and went from there. After gathering everything I need, ender pearls, torches, bunch of blocks together, food, golden apples, everything. So I decided to take a nap and begin taking the Ender Dragon on tomorrow. And here we go, off to face the Ender Dragon. So here I go, I jumped in and let the battle begin. So we all know what happens in the Ender Dragon fight. So I'm just going to speed this up for you in a little montage. So I hope you guys enjoy. There we go. Finally beat the Ender Dragon. After my years of playing Minecraft, never once have I made it to the end, but I finally was able to and beat him. And I'm going to collect that egg so I can make a stand for it, hopefully in another video. If you guys want me to continue this, let me know down in the comments. But I am going to leave this off here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure you like the video, comment down below if you want to see me do anything else, and I will see you guys in the next video later.